Don't you be cringy.
I'm just going to lay one down. Thoughts?
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray! It sounded like Kraftwerk. We are your life.
We don't need auto-tune.
We don't need auto-tune, we don't need no synths. We just got the power of our voices behind our throats.
That's how they did it back in the hood.
In that German hood.
Yeah, in the German
We
hood.
are so Red Bull.
We are in the hood.
Jim is drinking Red Bull.
I'm drinking Red Bull. I've got a cup full of Red Bull, and I just can't put it down.
Cheers to another day of sweating. Another day, another sweat in my underoos.
It's real.
Stop complaining about the heat.
The
I live in
slime.
bloody desert. I live in hell.
Yeah, the devil writes in. Stop complaining. You ain't experienced nothing yet.
You haven't even experienced the mega sun heat yet.
I go, the devil.
F the devil.
The devil my op.
Your opposition.
The devil my op. If you know, you know.
The devil's my opposition. My opponent?
My opposite.
My yang to my yin, my...
Opponent.
Yeah, my op.
Yeah. Is that what op means? Opponent.
I assumed it was one of those.
Or opposition.
Somebody tell us, or don't.
Or optimal.
My optimal. My Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
My Optimus!
Optimus. Optimus has run vibes. Run energy. Optimus!
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night. Ladies and gentlemen, and robots and Decepticons.
And ops.
And Optometrons. This is I think it's episode 17.
It's not.
Of
the
season
broadcast
3?
of season 2.
What?
But you know what, I was thinking about this. Last season was about 50 episodes. We could just do whatever we want. This could be the last episode of this season.
Oh, okay, season finale.
Oh, is this the season finale? I'm getting hyped.
Maybe. No.
Is it gonna
Should we do a
end up-
two-parter season finale?
Yeah. So 17 and then 17.1 or whatever. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. 17.1.
That's smart. Did I say I'm Alex joined by Jim? Or
No.
is it Jim joined by Alex?
It's Jim. I'm Jim. Joined by Alex.
Or nowadays I go as Mr. Bast.
Mr. Bast. Mr.
Mr. Bast.
Mr. Bast.
Bast. Mr. Bast.
Bast.
Or others call me Hard.
Nickname Hard.
Die
Mr.
Hard,
Bastard.
man.
Mr. Bastard.
And I haven't even had the Red Bull.
Really?
And I'm the one going,
See, the Red Bull's making me kind of sleepy.
yeah, I have that sometimes. So bigger the Red Bull, the more sleepy.
Because I had that big bucket, and then I had chalky fudge frappe, and now I'm having the Red Bull. I'm kind of feeling a bit snuggly.
You want to have a little nap while I finish this thing?
Yeah. If I do,
You'll just...
yeah.
Well, another dollar with the Red Bull.
Yeah, that wakes me up.
That gets you hyped. Yeah. Before we get too deep into this episode, got to shout out those JARmedians patrons who make the show and the audio version possible. You get that raw, unfiltered MP3 over on Patreon, ad-free, baby. But that's not all. Get your patron names read in the first or second week of each month. Won't be this one, but it might be the one after or the one after that.
Or the one after that.
Because this will be going live, I think, on the very last day of the month, which will be something.
I think you're right. It will be the 30th of June.
Absolutely. bloody absolutely correct. After Hours, the supplementary Patreon show, which has been on fire.
Like this country.
Yeah. Man, what have we been doing lately? Last week I did I Propagate Everything. Went through all my pups. That was fun. It was about 10 minutes old of going through all my pups. Well, most of my pups. There are some pups I couldn't be asked to like lug up and down the stairs all day long.
That's fine. It's okay to have some pups that are just for you.
Thank you.
You don't need to share all your pups.
Yeah, there's some pups in the background. But that's not all though. There's the Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, As They Say, Paisley's Chance, Adventure Time Hater becomes Leica, Meal devours Bicky's and Geel, Jar Divers with Logan, Argy Cuddle, Mars Express, As They Say, GTA Trailer Breakdown, Just Know I'm the Alpha, The Snyder Song, and so much more. It's getting a list so big that I feel bad just reading them off at a certain point, you know what I'm saying? There's just so many goodies. There's a nice fat playlist building over there, which you should check out alongside the Jar Media group chat. And I'm going to group cat.
What the hell happened there? I'd say it's a better deal than the Gears of War 3 season pass. In my humble opinion. It
might be a better deal than all the weapon skins for Gears of War 3 pack.
I don't know, that might be overstepping. That wasn't good skins.
Grab your Tim stickers. And the After Hours vote for this month. The Invincible Season 3 video is the winner. So that will be going live today as of us recording. So that should be live for you now.
Well, there'll be some fresh comments that would be nice to hear from.
Right, let's do some housekeeping then, where we round off those conversations from the previous EPISODE. I'll say that one more time. FUCKYOU. Did I spell that right?
I've never been that good with the numbers.
Yeah. Meep Top can get us going. He quoted me saying, "One thing I'm definitely appreciating the older I get about art in general is how much I enjoy imperfections in things and how that will often give things a personality that a perfect thing might not." To which he says, "I've had the same growing appreciation of imperfections in art as I've gotten older, but it's often been quite difficult for me to reconcile with. As an artist, I struggle with crippling perfectionism, despite the fact that all my favourite art is incredibly messy and human. As a critic, the idea of enjoying and embracing imperfection is, to many, the antithesis of criticism. Even with YouTube itself, I often find myself idealising the times when the videos uploaded to this platform weren't so generally well polished and impersonal. One of my favourite things about this very cast is that despite how much it has changed and grown over the years, it still feels somewhat plucked from that older time, warm, human, and even a bit esoteric. Broadly speaking, especially with the rise of AI, I hope that people start to reconsider whether perfect art is even worth something worth pursuing, given the immense value that highly imperfect art made by humans has brought into our lives. Pessimistically, though, it seems like us humans have always been hell-bent on scrubbing our own fingerprints from everything we touch. It's hard to see that changing anytime soon, but as always, thanks for being you, Jar. It's needed now more than ever. Bear. You're very welcome, Meep Top. Check out his channel.
Thank you. Lovely comment. What does esoteric mean?
A little bit. Huh? So someone puts on Jar and they go, huh?
Or is it more like,
I think it's very much more a, huh?
Right.
Or sometimes even a,
Yeah.
My voice keeps breaking. Apparently that happens more when you're dehydrated.
Really? Maybe you should drink more.
Okay.
Whatever happened to you walking around with your little baby bottle? You used to always have that. Full of ice.
Lost it.
What?
Unless it's attached to me. Like if I was like had Robocop leg and it just went.
Yeah. Well.
Soon enough.
Here's to
my
hoping.
first Bob mod.
Yeah. The cup.
Can't put down my icy cup.
The cup holster. You literally never have to put down the cup then.
Well, speaking of putting things down, a few people were upset by what I said about Blade.
What, the vampire?
He's got vampire vibes. He's Swedish.
That's like the least vampirical society.
Pickles the Random Tune said, "Can't believe Jar aren't Blade fans. Devastating day for white boys with esoteric taste in music. And us. That's a double esoteric.
Why does this number keep coming up? Esoteric. Because I remember I was introduced to the word esoteric through Dark Souls 2.
I thought it stood for Elder Scrolls Online.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Tis epic.
Terrific.
It's terrific. That's what it means. And Eternal said, genuinely devastated that Alex doesn't like Blade. And Tutu Lagoon says, leaving Blade is breaking my heart.
How does everybody know Blade?
Because he's worked with Charlie and Young Lean.
They got Young Lean up in this.
He's Swedish too.
Young Lean is Swedish?
Yeah.
I thought Young Lean is what was in the cup.
It is.
Huh?
I think.
This is confusing.
Everywhere I go, I just get handed lean for free. It keeps me tip-top.
Keeps me young.
Certainly keeps me young.
What about Young Gravy?
No, he's, California?
Right.
He's got a big golden that he buys 100 grand chains for. Jim liked that one.
Mm-hmm.
Jim will remember that.
Yeah, Jim will. No, he won't. I don't, like Blade and shit. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll be honest. I'm not gonna go out my way to listen to a Swedish rapper.
Thank you.
To be perfectly frank.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get the like, if you really like a type of music, to be inspired by that and to make your own thing, but also I just feel like to be Swedish and to rap just feels a little bit like omnimoronic. No,
an oxymoron.
Oxymoronic, sorry, not
I hear
man.
I hear what you're saying. They should be like singing about Red Bull or something.
Or pretending to be little robots. We are the robots.
That's German, but I understand what you're saying.
I got fucking Red Bull all over my fingers.
Uh-oh. You got that Red Bull finger again.
I feel like Homer after he's had a donut.
Spencer Lane, 415, said, Jar Media movie has been removed. Jar Media Escape to Swindon is up still.
Oh, hell yeah.
So obviously, like, it was immediately taken down.
That's emotional.
So I'm still quite upset.
Why can't we have
nowadays?
Why can't we just have this? Why can't somebody just make a movie and let it be?
Let it be.
Let it be.
Red Bull on your nipple.
Oh no.
You got that Red Bull
lactating fucking Red Bull.
That's hardcore. James Stanley said, could Alex elaborate on what his personal world is about, if he's ready to share it?
What?
What's not about my personal world?
Oh, right. I thought they meant like your lived experience of like planet Earth.
Oh, well, in a sense, it could be.
Okay, I guess. Yeah.
It's not though.
Oh.
No, because it's mine.
Do you think something is lost if it's shared?
No, it's more Kevin Smith will steal it and make a movie out of it.
You don't want him making a movie of anything.
Unless it's Tusk.
Yeah, unless it's Tusk.
What about your world? Do you want to share your world?
It's too kind of hardcore. It's too like metal.
Really? It's like Heavy Metal Magazine.
Yeah. It's like Juggalo Weekly.
Does it have like babes in metal bikinis flying pterodactyl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wish. I'm not that metal enough. I couldn't come up with shit like that.
Mine doesn't have dinosaurs, but it does have something kind of like dinosaurs.
Oh, okay. Like something that is like an equivalent to our dinosaurs, you mean? Like an ancient kind of like life form that there's evidence of, or is it more like there are current big creatures?
Current big creatures.
Yeah.
Muted though.
Yeah. Oh.
Mutanted.
Mutanted.
Mutanted, yeah.
Cool.
From something.
From dogs.
From, let's say, the cordyceps virus goes over.
Interesting.
A sniggle fug.
Nice.
Careful there. Has one that's angry at you. Belter is gay.
Why is that me?
Because you were like saying how you love saying things are a belter.
Oh shit! Right. What? How the f*** is it gay? It's probably the straightest way you can compliment something.
It's super straight.
Yeah, it's hyper straight, which in a sense is kind of gay. So I guess the comment is kind of right.
Damn, that was a whole.
That was a Hobbit there and back again.
True. Absolutely. Charlie Boardman 2005 says, "Stop making the intro so long."
No.
Just because you said that, I'm going to do it again. Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night. Charlie Boardman 2005. This is another intro just for you. That's what you get, mother. And Max Gray Sack says, complaining about 30 degrees Celsius is actually so cringe. Well, I'm going to do the intro again.
You come here then. No, come here and stand outside. In the sun.
Do you think he's German?
We are the robots!
Why do you laugh like that? I love Germans. They make the best music.
Let's not touch on the Germans this episode.
Why?
It's an enemy we don't need at the moment.
We're just stacking up those enemies left and right.
Yeah.
We got the French, the Swedes.
The French are at our throats.
Who else in Europe do we want to despise us?
I think we should team up with the Spanish.
Oh, they hate us though.
Well, they all hate us.
Fine, I guess we've got to go the other way. Canada?
Canada like us. We own them. They're ours. They
Canada's making a deal with the EU. They're taking our spot.
Yeah, they're crawling back. Surprise, surprise. Look who's knocking at the door.
You bloody Canadians.
Oh, wait. We're not in the EU.
Did you just forget?
Yeah.
I wanted to do, for After Hours, a 28 years later discussion. But seeing as we mentioned it, I just want to say a Brexity movie.
A Brexity movie?
Yeah, like completely isolated from everyone around it.
Right.
In small little sub-communities that are smaller and smaller and hate each other more and more and can't communicate.
It is just post-Brexit fucking UK.
Yeah. It's a documentary. It's not even
post Liz Truss UK. 28 years ago, Liz Truss became Prime Minister.
Yeah. Burst Whale has one that I'm pretty excited about. I genuinely know a dude IRL called Arsini. So the whole segment in last week's episode was how you say mighty. Do you believe him?
No.
Arsini.
Arsini. No one's called Arsini. His brother Visini.
He spelt it interestingly. It's not how I spell it. He's kind of spelt it Ars N-I-Y. Ars N-I-Y. Oh no, it is a name. The former Prime Minister of Ukraine.
What? Okay, shit. Maybe he's real. Where the did you come up with Arsini? What?
Yeah, because I was thinking like, you know, like Visini or like, you know, like loads of Italian words end with ini.
Yeah.
Tortellini.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking Arsini. I guess it's like a name. There's a Ukrainian footballer, Arsini Batagov.
It's actually one of the most common names on planet Earth.
Arsini Popov.
Popov.
He's a Russian actor. So I guess, yeah, they got some crazy names over there, huh? Arsini.
Nice.
Well, to be fair, they might say Alex is a crazy name.
Yeah, I suppose.
From their perspectives, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they'd be dumb and stupid.
True. Well, I've got some from the Jar Media group chat, which might be a little bit citing. Would you agree?
A bit citing.
A Thunderslug says, are you boys aware of the growing PS4 emulation space which is now allowing some people, not me of course, to play Bloodborne on PC. What are your guys' thoughts on emulation and its questionable legality in general?
Well, it's illegal. That's not questionable.
Yeah. We only do what's legal.
Well, that's not what I'm just saying. Like,
we are men of the law.
Yes, obviously we are in Minecraft.
No, that was like proven in court to not work.
Oh, run it back. Yeah. Oh, in Roblox. I meant in Roblox. What are we talking about?
Someone called Arsini would definitely emulate Bloodborne on PC.
Yeah, I mean, in Bloodborne, I think it is illegal to break the law. No, they phrased it as questionable legal. It's not questionable. It is illegal.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to do it.
On a moral plane.
Moral doesn't equal the law. Like, morals don't.
I'm going to say emulate whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah, morally. Don't legally.
As far as game preservation, emulate it.
I agree.
If they don't want to offer it as a product, this is how I feel about many thousands, if not tens of thousands of movies from the past few decades. Well, longer, the past 100 years.
Yes, if you don't make it accessible, the more roadblocks you put up, the more people will do it illegally. If you make it easy for me to buy something, like I'm to the point where like it's just easier for me, fewer steps for me to buy like a game straight off Steam at a higher price than it is to go to like CD keys. Right, so I'll buy it on Steam. Mm-hmm. Like just because it's like the access is so easy.
Yeah.
Charge me £80 for Bloodborne on Steam. I'll buy it.
Yeah, it would sell probably.
Yeah, but then,
So,
but that price also then is like you wouldn't be immoral for pirating it because the price is too high. You're pricing people out, so you're then motivating people to steal. You'd make more money by having a lower price. So put it on Steam for fucking £30, and people won't emulate it.
Emulate, shmemulate.
Yes, I think it should go on Steam for £40. I think it would sell like crazy. Yeah,
I reckon they could even do 50.
No, because like Ghost of Tsushima is like 40, 50.
Okay, fine.
So I'd say
fine.
Bloodborne 40.
Yeah. So
genuinely, like
emulate away.
Yeah. No, there's literally zero moral ambiguity there. In fact, you're more moral if you do pirate.
You're more moral.
Yeah, if you emulate. For sure.
Dylan Casey says, please, for the love of God, do it. Is Andor as good as they say? And Slit Plunge 1997 says, I second the Andor video idea. Sorry, Jim hates you.
Yep, hate you guys. I'll get round to it. I just need
He needs Incentai.
I need comfort.
We need Arsini.
Yeah.
To nudge you along.
Yeah.
'Cause I got Arsini on me.
Arsini's kind of a Star Warsy name.
Arsini.
Punch it, Arsini.
Yeah, in the comic between episodes 6 and 7, there was a whole Arsini arc. I don't know if you've read the Arsini arc. Most fans think it's pretty good. It's got some weak points in the second act, but it comes back round and makes Arsini genuinely one of the best glup shitters yet. Arsini!
Arsini!
Run! Arsini flies now.
Somehow Arsini returned.
Speaking of, Darth Jar 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 ha 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 said, are we excited for Superman?
Yes.
Bruh.
I'm very excited. It was feeling quite far away, so I was just kind of ignoring it.
Yeah.
And as it gets closer, I'm remembering how much I loved Superman as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of means this movie doesn't need to do that much to get me nostalgia baiting rage nostalgia baiting all over social medias.
I sent you that screenshot of the organized attempt of the Snyder subreddit
Yeah.
to counter.
Yeah, it's getting like review bombed as well, apparently.
Shall I find that to read it? Because I do really associate Superman with you. I remember you had that Superman like costume.
Well, yeah, I'd wear that more than like ordinary clothes.
Because I'd usually dress as Batman.
Mm-hmm. I had Superman and Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I loved the like
more colourful.
the optimistic characters.
Mm.
Like I love that about Spider-Man. It's why I just love that character. And Superman is that same thing, just times 10 and a bit less.
Yeah. So I'm hopeful.
political.
So far, like the trailers are genuinely really good.
Yeah, they are. The only thing that I'm like, is the like other superheroes in the movie.
How many characters are in it?
Well, but
I get that.
I'm sure that they're not going to be that big of a part, but it's like, why are they here?
I think there might be something to do with like governments using them, and they're more like arms of the government type thing, where Superman's more on his own. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Should be kind of interesting.
Yeah, and I guess it's like a jump start for this DC universe.
I don't know if they're going to have like some Ukraine type commentary in there, or there's like a war something that's going on in there.
Yeah,
I'd be curious how that works out.
Yeah, because from the trailers, he's like being questioned as to why he went to a different country and got involved in a conflict, and he's trying to say that he was like,
it's just him as an individual. He's
an independent. He's not representing America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be really interesting for that stuff. And James Gunn, I know my meme for years is how much of a hater of like Guardians of the Galaxy and shit I was, but Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Suicide Squad
was fun.
James Gunn, like he
gets characters.
He gets it. He really gets it.
That's like the main reason I have faith, is because he wrote and directed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he hasn't let me down yet, so he seems to work well within a studio system. He actually cares about like the comics and shit, and like what characters kind of stand for.
I think equally studios trust him now.
Yeah,
like they're like, okay, have the reins. Like,
please save us. Please.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found that post I was saying about from r/Snyder Cut. Stand up and fight for Snyderverse on July 11th. Fight for our Snyderverse on the imposter Superman release day. Here's what we can do to make a difference. Number 1. And there's 3 of these. Post spoilers everywhere. People are less likely to see or enjoy the movie if it's already spoiled. Number 2. Leave bad ratings on review sites. We know for sure gun bots will post fake positive reviews, so we must let people know the truth and balance the bias out with realistic scores. Number 3, reserve tickets online but don't complete the purchase. By selecting and reserving tickets, it gets taken out of the pool for a period of time, which means this has a chance of stopping gun bots from buying tickets. Gunn fired the first shot and killed the Snyderverse, and here's our chance to take the fight back to him. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. And also hashtag if we can't have our Superman, no one can.
You had it though.
Yeah, you had it for ages.
Yeah. Can we talk about like why are people this into Snyder?
I don't know, especially because like James Gunn and Snyder are literally friends. They like.
Yeah. They're like Snyder's repeatedly been like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Like it looks good.
They're like peers.
Yeah. Why are people like against it?
It's a weird tribalism thing. I don't know.
It's not Randian enough. Ayn Randian.
But did they turn like 12 right as like BVS came out, and it's like their whole personality? I remember
really like when I saw Man of Steel as a kid, like I liked it. When I saw BVS, I was like that fight scene was cool. There were like 3 cool fight scenes in there. Yeah, and it's like that's all I needed, and like I can appreciate like those fucking action scenes rock.
I'll give you the one.
No,
the warehouse one.
The Batman warehouse one.
Yeah.
The Batman v Superman fight. I think a lot of that is good.
Some of it's good.
The first 2/3 of that fight fucking rocks.
Yeah, there's some good stuff there, I guess.
It's just the bit when he's punching him and like the kryptonite's wearing off.
Yeah.
And he's like punching him and then he stops flinching. And then Batman's face is like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's so fucking, it's just comic book schlock. And as like an alternate universe thing, which DC loves to do, like
right.
I'm fine with the existence of that shit. Why can't everyone see it that way? It's like different takes on the same character.
Yeah, I don't know.
When Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was coming out, you didn't get people like, let's fucking book tickets but not actually pay for them.
Yeah.
So then people can't go see the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man because they've just ripped it away from Remakes.
Yeah.
It's like, who gives a shit? Like,
they're suddenly really invested in like studio politics.
Yeah,
like what? So corny.
Who the fuck gives a shit, man?
I guess like I was trying to think like when in my whole life at my cringiest points have I ever been like that lame online. And I guess the only time I veered onto that was during like Halo 3 Killzone era, where I made like Killzone sucks ass.
I was kind of cringy like Xbox One, PS4 era going into that generation.
Right. Yeah. But like it was never like that serious. Even at its most serious, it was like Killzone sucks ass, because it does suck ass, you know? I feel like history's been on my side with that one.
I got like rage baited by like PS4 fans commenting on Xbox exclusive stuff, and it would like piss me off.
It's so funny in hindsight, and like how aggressive on the playground shit would get over like PS3, Xbox 360 and stuff that. Just setting you up for that tribalism for like, what's it going to be like in 10 years? Humans are goofy, man.
Yeah, and well, going forward, it's not going to be like Russia's invaded Ukraine. It'll be like country Sony has like dropped a nuke on country Microsoft. Like, take up arms, Xbots.
Yeah, it's the only way to get people to care about it.
Yeah, the megacorps through fucking.
They threaten your PSN account.
Yeah. Well, there's like the hacker side of it as well.
Yeah. Another one here from some sort of nondescript patron. I finished Dexter recently, and I'd love to hear the Funnie brothers' extensive thoughts on how shit that ending is and how this IP just refuses to call it quits for some reason. So this new season is coming out like in a mere weeks as of recording this, and I'm actually hyped because it's gone full circle for me, where like, okay, we're on the third ending of Dexter now. This is like loop back round to being hilarious. Like this is like Saw type shit, where like it's getting so convoluted and so stupid that I'm kind of down for like just Dexter existing until Michael C. Hall dies now, you know? Like just do it forever. Yeah. Who cares at this point? Like like genuinely.
Yeah, it's always tonally been a weird one because it's always been kind of tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, it's like it's basically a comedy.
Yeah,
like this first seasons, but it's also like good at first, and kind of like the tone is just on that razor's edge. Like this is goofy, but it's not too silly.
Yeah, they're like moments that are meant to be serious, like hit home.
Yeah,
like they work, but also it's the concept is just stupid.
Yeah. It's super charming.
But I've never watched any Dexter content post like the ending. So like I don't know.
The prequel show was quite fun.
Yeah, so I hear.
All these like cartoon interpretations of all these characters that like still wear the exact same outfits, even though it's set decades before. Yeah, there's something cartoonish about it. I'm there for it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of TV was that way, and they just don't work. They don't translate anymore. Because it's like if you were to try and bring House back now.
I'm surprised they haven't done that with how like House has joined the like Breaking Bad type meme sphere.
Yeah, for sure. But like House is way worse. Like it's a way way fucking worse show than Breaking Bad. Like it's crazy. TV back then was fucking insane. Desperate Housewives, crazy. The stuff
but
they
awesome.
would...
They're bringing that back.
Really?
Yeah, but I think it's like a prequel show
Oh, okay.
or something.
Right.
So they're doing all of it. Like, we just got to nostalgia everything and never make
Yeah.
anything new ever again. So,
But yeah, it just highlights how much has changed in media landscape.
yeah, because speaking of the Snyder stuff, that's kind of what defined the 2010s, was like, let's go grimdark. We're following the Dark Knight. We've got to have serious Tron now. We've got to have serious fucking superheroes.
Yeah,
Everything's got to be dark and serious. And now everything's kind of like Fortnite-y.
Everything's like in universes with other things.
Yes, expanded universes is the new one.
Yeah. Which I feel like is kind of a trend that started on like Cartoon Network and shit. Like the
Somewhat, yeah.
the Jimmy Neutron fucking
Well, it used to be
feathered
like,
parents.
I remember it used to be like a little Easter egg back in the day that like Quentin Tarantino would set his films in the same universe and they'd have the same like beer cans and shit. And
Right,
like,
yeah.
you know, but it wasn't like a whole, this builds into this. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
do your
yeah.
bloody research.
But like I respect it for Marvel. Like it makes sense. Like that is how the comic books functioned.
Yeah.
To do it with everything is like what?
Yeah,
like
Kingsman.
The monsters from like the old like Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
and like the Mummy and shit like that. It's like, that was never designed to
The best one.
feed into this. What the fuck are you doing? It's like it works with Marvel because that was the whole like idea.
Everyone
of these
loves crossover
characters.
events. They want to see the crossover Big Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even they can't do it anymore. So
Clearly. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna be fucking whooping and hollering when
Robert Downey
Daredevil.
Doom shows up.
No, when Daredevil shows up with Spider-Man, I'll fucking flip.
Okay. Everyone's got their one.
Yeah. Which would be your one?
Who's left? Who is left?
What,
Rocket Raccoon and Daredevil, though.
That would make me actually.
No, I meant Rocket Raccoon and Deadpool.
Oh no, dude. That would get me walking out of theaters.
Yeah, I guess you never saw the third one, did you?
No, I still haven't. I might. Maybe I'll do that tonight. I might. Fucking
No, hold it off
shit.
till I do the superhero movies
Okay.
of that year one.
Yeah.
And you can watch it with me, because
Okay.
yeah.
Only if we can take copious amounts of booze with us.
Yeah. This might be a first actually on the cast. I want to read a question we did last episode again, because now you can actually answer it. How about that?
What?
From Butterbean123. Good morning, boys, or something. Question for Jim, since smoking was mentioned. Thoughts on the song Field of Dreams by Low Roar's, from Low Roar's last album. I asked this because it's a song about smoking addiction, something that has always plagued Ryan and was most likely partially responsible for his death of pneumonia. I wonder how Jim interprets the song. As IMO, it's definitely one of the better songs on the album, even if I'm a non-smoker and don't immediately resonate with the theme. So we mentioned this last episode, but you hadn't really connected.
Yeah, I knew the song, but I didn't know the meaning, because it had always perplexed me. So then when I was walking home after recording, I listened to this song with that context, and it was like, wow, what a brilliant way. I find Low Roar is perfect at capturing like a feeling.
Yeah, atmospheric.
Yeah. And he so totally like encapsulates the like mind games you play with yourself.
Right.
Yeah, just a really, really well written song. And where initially I thought the lyrics were like weird and out of character, for Low Roar, with that added context, it's like, okay, yep, certified classic. But to be perfectly honest, this album has just grown on me all year. I think the whole album is incredibly good. Obviously, it's not gonna like get you turned or whatever. Do people still say turned?
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, is that a thing?
Is there Low Roar in Death Stranding 2?
I don't know. I'll be kind
Babies
of
on the
pissed off
beach?
if there isn't.
I feel like there should be an ode at least in there to him.
For
It'd
sure.
be weird.
I'm pretty sure Ryan is like one of the guys in the first game, like
really, that's
in a
cool.
bunker.
He's like with Jimmy Kimmel or whatever.
Yeah, Conan.
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, he's bunkered up with Conan.
Isn't Jeff Keighley one of them?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like the one up the mountain on his own, I think. Yeah, there's all sorts of fucking silly little guys in there.
So
Edgar
weird.
Wright.
Yeah, the directors though, it makes sense to me. But when it's
Right.
like Jeff Keighley, it's like...
Well, they're like best buds, Jeff Keighley and
Yeah, but it's like... That's so fucking weird.
conflict of interest. As well.
Yeah, massively.
Yeah.
When it's like directors, it's like a full circle thing where it's like he's massively inspired by all these directors and having them as cameos. But it's like not their voices or something?
No. I think a couple... Like it's Jeff Keighley's voice, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But he's not in like cutscenes and that. He's more like an Easter egg, like...
Right. Give it a
Like
little side
you
quest or
deliver
something.
some stuff to a bunker and then a hologram of him will like walk out and be like, "Oh, thanks, Sam. I'm gonna give you Game of the Year for this."
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome album. Listen to it.
Nice. Well, I got something fucked.
Oh.
Well, it's not fucked. Have you ever had a dream so funny that you wake up and you just start scream laughing? I had that for the first time the other day.
Yeah.
It was like, because when I was in the dream, it didn't seem that weird, but then I woke up and was like, wait, what the fuck? It was like, I was at a train station, like a really old-timey, like a picture of really old train station.
Yeah.
From like the 1800s or
Right,
something.
yeah.
And all these old-ass trains are going by.
Like Red Dead 2 vibe.
Kind of, yeah. But I'm like waiting for ages. It feels like forever for my train. And while I'm waiting, in whatever dream universe this was, I guess instead of having cars, everyone had like, imagine a one carriage train. Like that was
right. Yeah.
people
yeah.
like these one carriage trains would be showing up. And one of them was like, imagine a carriage of a train, but like in the middle of it was like a giant like plastic motorbike with like an 8-year-old on it. It like pulls into the station, no one gets on, and then it just like goes off. And everyone's just like acting like it's the most normal thing.
Yeah.
So all these like absurd single carriage train things were just showing up, and it was like, you know, dreams just feel like they're going on forever.
Yeah.
And it was like, when is mine gonna show up? Yeah, I guess the 8-year-old on the motorbike train was just like the funniest shit to me.
Yeah,
It's just like the most bizarre imagery. Because like the motorbike, like why would you have like a like it wasn't like a real motorbike on. It wasn't like actually controlling the train in any way. It was like, you know, like in supermarkets where they've got like the little plastic.
Right.
It was like one of those.
Yeah.
But like, and he was by himself. So that was pretty fire.
Dreams are fucking crazy, dude. We do like a dream section every now and again.
Yeah.
But I feel like dreams are like the source of so much mythology and shit. Because it's like, why can my brain conjure this shit? Like,
Yeah. It's just processing something.
I think it's processing nothing. Like, it's like entertainment. Like, it's got to be why we're into films and stuff, because it's like, oh, I'm imagining this story or whatever. And it's like what your brain just likes to do. And it's like total, like, gloves off, just brain going. And then you get crazy shit like that. And in the moment, it feels so normal and real.
It feels like, you know, emptying the recycle bin. Like, there's all this, like, random shit in the recycling bin. Like, there's a picture of, like, a polar bear, and then there's like the scariest thing you've ever seen and like a song that's horrible and it's all like smashed together.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had to get up for work on Wednesday, and I woke up slightly early, so I had like 20 minutes more to just like put my head down, and I put my head down and fell asleep like immediately, and I was dreaming for like days.
Years.
I was dreaming for days in my head, and it was like this whole narrative, like these people I've never met. My brain like conjured these characters, and we were all just like on holiday, like just chilling, and it was days go by, and then my alarm goes off and I wake up and it's been 20 minutes, and it's insane. Like,
mine are often like remixes of things that did happen, but people that weren't there are there now. So like, and you're the only one who knows that something's up.
Yeah, I feel like it feeds into like philosophy, because it's like, why?
So I still don't think we know why.
But
like the actual
if our brains can make us feel like we exist in a universe that just can't be, in the moment we think it's real.
It feels real.
It feels real. Like, who's to say we're not in the dream of another thing? You know?
Yeah.
Like a rat's dream.
We're in a rat's dream right now.
Yeah, we're in a caged rat's dream.
And it's going...
Yeah. It's the coke rat. It's the coke rat that's given nothing better to do. Just dreaming.
That coke rat ain't dreaming. He never sleeping.
Yeah. It's his hallucination just as he's dying from.
But what was so messed up about that funny dream was like, oh man, I hope I have another funny dream tonight.
Yeah.
I had the worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like horrible.
No, I just the other day had like a night terror and woke up screaming like in a movie.
Yeah.
And I have like maybe 3 or 4 night terrors a year about spiders every time. Damn. I only have night terrors about spiders.
Wow.
So I'm straight up fucking Ron Weasley. Like, it's the spiders, Harry. Harry, it's the spiders. You tell those That's spiders, crazy. Ron.
I've been told that I like laugh in my sleep.
Creepy ass.
Yeah, I just do the creepiest shit in my sleep.
You're like Waluigi.
Yeah. So God knows what's happening.
You're bagging America.
Yeah. One more thing before mid-break then. There's this weird like documentary series on Netflix called Trainwreck. And there was one that caught my eye that came out yesterday, I think. It's called Trainwreck Poop Deck.
It's not.
Okay.
About a cruise in America that lost power when it was halfway to Mexico, across the Gulf of Mexico. Sorry, I mean Gulf of America,
Gulf
of course.
America, yeah, get it right.
And on like the 3rd or 4th day of the cruise, the power went down and the toilet stopped being able to flush. So it was like 3,000 people.
Poop deck.
3,000 people all pissing and shitting.
Oh no.
into these toilets that can't flush. And when the tugboats appeared to like come and grab them and tow them back to America, it tilted the ship so all the piss and shit was like all over the place. I wouldn't recommend watching it. It was a pretty bad documentary, actually.
Funny story, though.
Yeah.
Poo and wee.
It was just like all these Americans going like, and then there was poo on the floor.
That sounds like a good documentary.
Yeah, no, it sounds more awesome from my description than actually watching it, because they're like it sucks that happened to them, but they're making out that like they're in danger or something when it was like they're on the Titanic or whatever.
Yeah.
When it was like,
but just a bit of poop.
Come on. And there was like a whole section where they're like,
we didn't know what to do, so we opened the bars, and then everyone got drunk and started peeing everywhere and throwing poop.
It sounds awesome. They just had a great time. Yeah. They just had like a Diddy party.
Yeah. Then we got the baby oil out and started splishing and splashing, dude. Yeah. So what's I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck that.
Anything you wanted to bring up?
Just the poop and pee and...
Just poo, pee, farts.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something esoteric like burps.
A burp. What is it? Can you... Hey Siri. What does esoteric mean?
It's something kind of like, huh?
Intended for and likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest.
Oh.
So that's Jar then.
Yeah. We're an esoteric...
Guess we'll see you after these bastarding messages, you bastard.
We need to do more Joe Rogan shit like that. He's the funniest comedian.
One of a dying few.
Whoa, one of the last 250 assassins.
Dobby demands that you get a Tim sticker from the Media Shoppy W Oppie. Please, please.
Fine. Fine. I'll do it myself.
Do your best Thanos voice.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Do you want to hear mine? Fine, I'll do it myself.
You sound like I'm Alex.
Fine. Fine. I'll do it myself.
Oh, Thanos' theme. I don't even know quite who you are, boy, said Thanos to Spider-Boy.
I don't even know who you bloody is, I'm Alex.
What sort of man spider do you think you are, Spider? I'm kind of Spider-Man.
I'm Alex gets bitten by the spider.
Do you know what I want to fucking see? I want to see Wonder Woman versus Thanos.
When you put it like that.
No, okay. No, hear me out.
I'm listening.
Listen.
Listen up.
Captain America, right? Tightens the shield on his bleeding arm. Right?
Yeah.
And it spurts out all over his face. All on his face and shit. And then he hears, on your left, a bit, all the things open, right? To fight Thanos. And then he says, Avengers! And then behind him, like, next to him, steps forward Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot.
Yes.
Awful delivery. Assemble. And then, how fucking sick would that be?
It'd be cool. They could have gone so hard with that. Like, a portal opens and then... Boom. Dun, dun, dun.
Yo! He's done! Yeah. He's running ahead of everyone. You know, when Captain America and Black Panther are running.
Yeah.
He's in between them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that would have been sick.
Nah, and then for me, my like get up, hooping and hollering moment would be one of those portals open. Johnny Thunder comes through.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Johnny Thunder! Yes! Another one. Galador! No, Galador's here!
Dude, it's just infinite possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, like X-Wings.
Is that Snyder's Superman?
Snyder's Superman and like every Superman.
Neil fist bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
uniting everyone.
Yeah. Oh man.
Dobby and Harry Potter coming through.
Fuck.
The T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
the TARDIS.
All the doctors come
Every fucking doctor. AI, all the dead ones. Man, it's just infinite possibilities. Wallace and Gromit. Like the train.
Oh my god. You know they're making a Lego Wallace and Gromit set confirmed. So depending on how they do Wallace's scary face, I might have to.
I feel like a Gromit minifig would go kind of hard.
Well, I think they're going to do the motorbike with the little passenger pod.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Like buildable.
They need to do the train though.
I don't think it'll be minifig scale. I think it's going to be big.
Yeah. Fuck. How could they do the train?
And that's going to have to be your mock.
Mock?
Yeah.
What's a
in the
mock?
Lego community, when you make your own stuff, your own creations.
Right, okay, yeah. No, do you know what I think is kind of fresh?
What?
Having like a raised little train set, like around the top of your.
Oh, those are cool. Yeah.
That's
like Danny.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the dream. If you get that, if you get to that point as like a middle or working class man, like that's the heights that like that is your ceiling in this country.
A literal train set on the ceiling.
The ceiling train set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I guess welcome to the second half of the cast, where we answer questions from the Jar Media subreddit question thread, heard over there, and not our /FNAF. And leave questions.
Why?
If you did get this far, comment gently now. You just want to kiss the ground. Just a little peck. A smooch, like you're kissing your sister.
Classic. Classic line.
So who's
They were so wild for that.
I still actually can't believe it.
Yeah. Like
the timing of it.
The first time like we watched that scene was one of the hardest times I've ever laughed at a movie. It's why for me Madagascar 2 is the GOAT. It's
because of that one 3-minute sequence.
It's genuinely so funny. It's so funny.
Like the best action scene, the best action comedy.
Yes.
Of all time moment.
Yeah,
I hear you.
The rest of the film sucks, and the entirety of the rest of both other films suck. So like, it's goated. Madagascar 2 is goated.
OK Training 9357 can start us off here. Bear. Have you ever heard of the British 2000s show Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids?
Oh, God.
It was one of the most horrifying shows I've ever seen in my childhood. Of course I remember this. Stop motion.
Stop motion intro and then like really cheap 2D animation.
Yeah, that's right.
For the actual shows, or at least some.
There was a lot of like freaky kids content, like Goosebumps.
Yeah.
That one.
A lot of it was like designed to be warnings for kids.
Yeah,
it's
sort
like,
of an Aesop's Fable type thing.
Yeah.
But so disturbing that like it never would seep through in that way.
No. I don't know.
Stop motion could be so fucking freaky.
Yeah, and he like it's the kid who goes to like the cinema or whatever, and his popcorn like turns into worms.
Yeah,
it's just fucking awful. What did he do wrong? He just wanted some popcorn, dude.
Blandscape says, Jim, having finally come out as a fully fledged Resident Evil gooner, would you now support an RE5 remake? Along with RE6, 5 in my opinion would probably be the trickiest entry to cover. Owing it to being very much grounded in that 2007 to 13 era of grey-brown military shooters. This is not to mention the game's more culturally questionable aspects, e.g. the native village segment. We were talking about this the other week.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. I didn't make it that far.
Needs changing. That needs hardcore adjustment. Because that was a big controversy back in the day with Resident Evil 5.
What happens in that segment?
So it's based in Africa, right?
I knew that, yeah.
Everybody looked at the article that was like, I think this game's kind of racist, and everyone's like, what? It's based in Africa, so of course it's going to be like majority black zombies, and like, okay, yeah. But then you get to that point in the game where it's like,
I don't think I've ever seen like even footage from it.
It's like I don't know actually how to describe it without using like racist terminology because it's like it's so caricature, like tribal African caricature.
I'll put what the commenter said, the native village.
You know, like Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, really?
The masks and stuff, like that type of.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so there's like zombies with like the masks and stuff. Yeah, very, very questionable. And I don't know if it I don't think it comes from a place of racism, but that depiction is like kind of inherently racist. But yeah, I want a remake of 5. And like I feel like what they should do is truly remake 5 and 6. Like change the stories.
Yeah.
Totally change the stories, totally change what happens. Like,
I don't think anyone considers them sacred like 2 or 4. So.
No. And like you can still offer the originals, like you can still buy them and play them and shit.
Yeah, true.
I've had Resident Evil 5 on my wish list for ages because I kind of want to play through it. Like the game feels
Steam.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, the gameplay
Steam.
felt fine. It was just like,
I'd say it feels better than fine. Like it feels crispy and like
crispy. But then
yeah,
like
the feedback is really tactile and, and nice.
I hear you.
And it's tense as well. The having to stop to shoot thing.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun. But yeah, I'm down. And fuck it, make it co-op.
No.
Yeah, fuck it.
No, make it in the style of 2 or 4.
More 4 than 2. Like,
Bit more action focused.
yeah.
But like, you can't be having these big boss fights with the Scorpion and shit.
There's a big boss fight with like a giant ogre in 4, and it works. There's like a big boss fight with a giant monster in 2.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
The
So it's
crocodile.
fine. Like, no, I'm thinking of like the G virus or whatever. The last boss of 2.
Oh, the very last boss.
Yeah, he's like
You
a
like
giant.
Bazooka.
He's like a giant monster.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, stop it.
That's my opinion. And 6, I don't even know. I haven't been able to play more than like 2 hours of 6. That game is trash. It's fucking awful.
The BJ horse. No, a giraffe, sorry.
Yeah. Just a shite fucking game.
Larson16 says, question for Alex. How do you successfully pick up all of the dog hairs in your house? I always find those pesky furs all over my house. I got an answer for you. You don't. Because it's impossible if you have a golden retriever.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally impossible.
It's impossible if you have like most dogs.
Yeah, unless they don't drop, and they're more like sheep.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Sheep.
Yeah. Yes.
I love sheep. I love when they do like a.
Yeah. It's like, what are you actually communicating?
Yeah, I love, like, you'll just be walking past some sheep and they're just looking at you chewing. And it also, if you look closely when they chew, you can see them gulp and the food goes down, the grass goes down. But then you keep watching and it goes back up. And then they start chewing again. And they just keep doing that. And then they
pulp.
Yeah, and then they finally swallow and it's gone and they'll look at you and go, "Bleh."
And then shit themselves.
Yeah, they're covered in shit until they're sheared. What an awesome animal.
Yeah, they're good.
They're just like total geeks.
Yeah, I
Love
like them.
Love
They've got funny little faces.
I never want to go near them though because they carry ticks.
They've got ticks on them. So yeah, just give up. You got to just get used to it. Just pretend you're in the old west and it's like the tumbleweeds, but it's piles of dog hair.
Bah.
2 Dev the Hero says, hello. You talk about so much of a music this week. Will you be going to see the Rillas in the London this year? Bear. Just insanely phrased.
The Rillas.
But I didn't realize that Gorillaz were doing
I didn't get notified.
3 tour dates. Each one, it was a Demon Days, Plastic Beach, and Mystery tour date, whatever that means. Maybe they're trying out something new for that last one. I guess I saw the notification, but I just figured it was like another Humans tour. I don't know what I was thinking. Because if I'd caught the fact that it was themed that way, I probably would have. And we had this conversation the other week, which we'd want to see more, the Demon Days or Plastic Beach, and I would have gone for Demon Days probably.
I would go for Demon Days, but if Demon Days wasn't available, I'd be totally down for Plastic Beach.
Yeah,
Plastic Beach is fire.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I had no idea. But
Yeah,
also, like, shit's too expensive anyway.
It's very expensive.
Can't have shit.
And I have seen them twice.
Yeah, and I've got to save for Mario Kart, so.
And how are you going to beat that Humans tour, anyway?
Yeah, Humans, tough act to follow.
Sex, murder, and party. Seeing that live just broke my brain, you know?
Yeah. To be fair, live, it wasn't so bad.
They had to basically design a new song
Yeah,
from the ground up
yeah.
to make it presentable.
What they were thinking, I don't know, man. Sex, murder, diddy, party. If only he was fucking featured on that song.
Gorilla's Feet Diddy.
Yeah.
Mumbo Bumbo says, which subject did you struggle the most with at school?
French.
French was tough. We went to a language college, so it had you had to do a language.
Yeah.
I did French, but I just figured out a way to cheat. Like, I just wrote the answers on a piece of paper and put it like in my open backpack just to the right. And just copied it.
Did you do that like in the exam, like the exam in the hall? I didn't think you were allowed a bag.
I don't remember having to go into the hall for French.
Oh, okay. I did. I had to
Really?
do like listening exams and shit in the hall.
I remember doing a speaking exam.
The thing is, I just didn't care because I was like, well, I guess I will never go to France. Like, fuck that place. How wrong I was.
Yeah. What about if you're going to Africa? You might need it.
Well, I'll just go to one of the places we colonized.
What did I struggle with?
Evil.
Religious studies.
Really? I fucking sailed through that.
Well, I did okay on the coursework because I literally, and I'm not exaggerating, copy and pasted Wikipedia pages and got a B.
That's such fucking bullshit. Because I actually I like went for it. I mean, I didn't put that much effort. But like I tried when I was like doing the exams and stuff, and I got a C, and that was off the dome. So in a way, like I did better than you. So. That's such fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I remember.
But fair, like smart.
I guess there weren't enough other people doing that for them to catch it for somehow.
You invented it. You came up with that strategy.
Like, did you see that crazy video going around of that dude who'd graduated, and at his graduation he turns his laptop around and he's just flexing ChatGPT, and he's like, just
fuck's sake.
Yeah.
This is what happens when like you have education for the sake of like getting a certificate.
Yeah.
It's like not actually about getting educated.
Yeah, I don't know how much you're retaining, but I also struggled with like physics.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I found physics fucking piss. Not true.
I did. Once it would get like theoretical to me, then I'm like, I can look at a bug, you know?
Yeah.
I can look at a plant.
Biology I struggle with because it's so fucking boring.
Why? It's awesome.
Oh, make sure you remember the difference between phloem and xylem. Xylem brings water through the plant. Phloem brings food and nutrients. It's like,
see, you've look.
Well, yeah, but that's just because I've remembered it. It's fucking boring to just sit like.
No, it's fire.
And the teacher's just like, here's a bunch of facts. It's like, just put on Vsauce, dude. It's boring as hell. There's no like working anything out with biology. With chemistry, you get the chemical equations, which are fucking hard. I struggle with like chemical equations.
Yeah.
I think they're tricky. And in physics, like I loved the mechanics. At A level, I got like a B in the mechanics exam. Everything else I did fucking shit because like wave particle duality. What the fuck are you talking about? The like double slit experiment where like photons or electrons or something are being fired through like a double slit, and then sometimes it comes out one side, sometimes it comes out another, and then if like you're looking at it, it hits the middle or something. It's like this quantum shit where when you're looking at a thing, it behaves differently because you're looking at it. Whereas if you're not looking at it, it behaves.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I don't understand, but it's something.
It's crazy. And like, I don't know. I was like into Attack on Titan at the time, so that was my most like important thing. So you know when someone's like talking to you about something and you lose track.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But in a classroom setting, you have so much freedom to like check out.
Oh yeah.
Because especially at the school we went to, when it was like 90 kids in like a 5 square meter room.
Yeah.
So when the teacher's at the front like lecturing, you can just check out and just like imagine a fight scene from Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's when I do my doodling.
Yeah. I just totally checked out and just like, I'm lost, whatever. And like I was like quite socially anxious as well, so I wouldn't put my hand up and be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, some kids would, but...
You trying that again in English?
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing was like, if I wasn't naturally gifted in it, then I just wouldn't give a fuck. Yeah. So I could just like coast with like English and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I coasted through like the GCSEs, and then A level where it actually required effort. I was like, nah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. What have I got myself into?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I didn't give a shit about anything either at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I did like A-level maths for like a whole year.
Crazy. Like physics is hard, but A-level maths, it's at least physics, the crazy theoretical stuff like has a basis in like a physical thing.
Right.
Like maths becomes just so it's just like these algorithms and like numbers and shit.
Yeah, I don't remember a fucking thing. Outside of like the cartoon, like it was distracting to the point where this teacher I had was the most cartoonish man I think to this day I've ever seen. He was like straight out of like The Simpsons or something. He was like 6'4" and was like the most stoic, deadpan, like flat delivery, but so fucking funny.
Was this at Fart and Polish?
Yeah.
Right.
It was just bizarre, like to a point where like I could hardly pay attention because it was like, this is brilliant.
Right.
Like that this man
You're
exists.
just watching his bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like he wasn't trying to be funny, but that made it funnier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I had the inverse problem because I did maths and history. Where like my A-level history teacher is someone who like had just finished uni and was like so attractive, like no one could pay attention.
Yeah.
It was like, well, this is fucked.
See, my one of my chemistry teachers was a bit like that, and the other one was dating my friend's mum at the time, so it was like,
oh shit,
oh this is it was.
He was partially why I didn't learn any chemistry.
Yeah,
because his style was just like weird.
He valued being cool above like anything else, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, that whole dynamic of like I'd been to my friend's house where like he had just been.
Yeah.
And like at one point we found me and my friend were in his mum's room and we found like a sex dice. Where it's like you roll the dice and it's like suck. and it'll be like kiss or like and he was like living there at the time, and it was like what the fuck. And then years later I hit like 17 and I go into this classroom and it's him and I'm like, oh fuck. There's so much baggage going into that class.
Yes, super fucking weird dynamic.
Yeah, very uncomfortable.
Well,
yeah, I guess in hindsight, I wish I'd just done physics out of all the sciences. I think if I'd have done physics, like physics, music, and like keep ICT because that was just goof
Playtime.
Yeah, it was playtime. I'd like turn up late to school, like halfway through an ICT lesson, then just sit down and like read articles about Dong Nguyen. Fucking Flappy Bird.
Yeah. I think we had the same ICT teacher who, like, he was so laissez-faire. He was just like building his R2D2 PC. Just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he was living it up.
But that encouraged me to actually do well, though, for some reason.
Well, yeah, like the best I did was in IT.
Yeah.
But like none of my coursework got checked, so it was fine.
They'd roll the sex die and a random person would be chosen to have their coursework checked.
That is how it works. But like it was also so easy, where it was like you could just crank it out in like 2 days of actual work.
So I guess like Michael Gove's ICT syllabus would have been like, save a Word document with an underlined title.
Yeah. That's like the whole coursework.
Yeah.
Like, make a PowerPoint with at least 3 slides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe an animated like title coming in.
Yeah.
Bruh. Big Lad Luke says, what do you guys think is the cringiest year? I've got an answer. I'm curious if you have the same answer.
The cringiest year?
Yeah.
Like of all time?
Yeah. Because I think it's hard to beat 2020. How do you beat that?
I don't know. Just find out when the Black Eyed Peas were most popular. That's the cringiest year.
Madagascar 2.
Yeah, true. No, he slaps in that. That's his best song.
Alex is Lost, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. That's a tune. I watched that movie just for the plane scene and Alex dancing.
You
know, when he proves how much of a man he is by being gay.
True. Strangely progressive.
Yeah.
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 Hell yeah. No.
2020. What happened in 2020? COVID?
No.
That wasn't cringy. That was just like...
No. I think more how it truly marks, I guess, a point for me where just no one can agree on anything. Like,
yeah,
we're just
information
separate realities.
just useless.
Yeah.
Data is now defunct. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. We don't need
it's like, yeah. It's a vibes based. Just
yeah.
Whatever it's like, whatever you feel is just whatever.
If someone with a high quality enough camera says something, then it's real.
Yeah.
Like that's
they say it with enough conviction.
Yeah.
Or
yeah. Even if they just say they're like some sort of professional, then
yeah. I thought this was quite an interesting one from Rank the Dank. Bear Alexander and James's Bob Dylan JARling here. You've recently read and rated the quotes of philosophers Nietzsche and Camus. But how about some lyrics and quotes from the greatest songwriter of the 20th century? I've assembled some lyrics from the various Bob Dylan songs spanning across his lifelong career. Some of these will be familiar to you already, I'm sure. Please take pleasure in rating them, if you will.
Okay, so we're doing CBT?
CBT, yeah.
CBT!
What was it? Cringe-based? Tough,
yeah.
Yeah, okay. He's not busy being born, is busy dying. He not busy being born, is busy dying.
Read it again.
He not busy being born, is busy dying. Do you want me to do my Bob Dylan?
Yeah. He not busy, babe.
When you do the voice, it's based. Otherwise, cringe.
Okay. You don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows.
That's tough.
God, that's crazy tough.
The first one, I feel like you need more context from the song.
Yeah.
So it's cringe. That one was tough.
All the truth in the world adds up to one big lie.
Oh! Fuck. Tough.
Dude.
Let's.
Mona Lisa must have had the highway blues. You can tell by the way she smiles.
I'll go based with that one.
That's
It's
I
not
would
cringe.
agree.
It's not cringe, but it's not tough either.
I was so much older then. I'm younger than that now.
Based.
Yeah. Behind every beautiful thing, there's been some kind of pain. That's tough.
Yeah, that is tough. Dude, Bob Dylan's the modern... He's the best one yet. He's the best philosopher yet. God damn.
And there's more. No one is free. Even the birds are chained to the sky.
Wow. That's tough. How's he done this?
This is actually crazy. Steal a little and they throw you in jail. Steal a lot and they make you king.
Oh! Let's go. Yep, tough.
That might be the toughest. That's incredible. The sun is not yellow, it's chicken.
Huh? The sun is chicken.
The sun is not yellow, it's chicken.
Okay. I'll go based. It's not cringe.
It's not.
It's definitely not cringe.
To live outside the law, you must be honest.
Based. Oh, no, tough.
I'd say that's tough.
That's tough.
Yeah. Businessmen, they drink my wine. Plowmen, dig my earth. None of them, along the line, know what any of it is worth. Businessmen, they drink my wine. Plowmen, dig my earth. None of them, along the line, know what any of it is worth.
Based.
Based.
That's based.
3 more. Money doesn't talk, it swears.
Cringe.
Yeah.
It's a bit cringy.
Maybe in context.
Yeah.
Money doesn't talk, it swears.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like a bowl of soup. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like a rolling hoop.
Tough. That's tough.
That's from Wiggle Wiggle 1990. Last one. You don't need no wax job. You're smooth enough for me.
Read it again.
You don't need no wax job. You're smooth enough for me.
Cringe.
Yeah. Some of those are wild.
Yeah, he's the toughest yet.
Slow train coming. I'll be round the bend. Let's go, boy.
I love him. Right, let's do a couple more here. So you round down this episode or something.
Yeah.
Heatwave MF says, just been diagnosed as infertile, meaning my nuts hollow and empty, devoid of life. My question to you is, what do you think makes popular charts music so hollow, empty and devoid of life? Like my nuts? Is it lack of inspiration? The use of common chord progressions and melodies? Overproduction? Or is there a soul-like essence within certain pieces of music that allow them to evoke such strong emotion, despite the abstraction and lack of tangibility? Or am I just a contrarian that won't engage in good faith with music just because it's popular? Especially curious as to what the music theorist, Jim, thinks of this.
The music theorist? Piss off. It's vibes. It's vibes based.
Explain.
You can feel it. You can feel it when I don't want my Gucci's on. I don't want no Louis Vuitton.
Was that Bob Dylan?
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, we got to do a Meghan Trainor cringe.
Yeah, she'll be the toughest of them all. But yeah, when you hear some shit like that, and it's got the bouncy fucking bass, like it makes it no trouble. Just off the vibes alone, it's like from the production you can tell that it's like overproduced. It's too clean.
Way too clean.
from the lyrics, you can tell that it's like what's it called when it's like means tested.
Means tested.
Yeah, they like get some people in and they're like, do you resonate with these words or these words more?
Right. When they've had the oh man, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Focus group.
You know, like one of them things.
Yeah. And it's a vibe. If what they're saying has no nuance, I get fucking sick of songs that are like, they're just regurgitating a feeling that's been regurgitated a million times. You know, like the reason I like Low Raw is because they'll spend a whole song like expressing a really particular feeling, right? That's like specific to that, and like you can feel that nuance in that. Whereas like if it's Benson Boone like screaming and doing flips about like just general stuff, there's like no specificity.
Where it has to be broad enough. It can't be that personal, because then it's too alienating. Yeah,
it's got to be music that's like, I've got skin and eyes.
Or like the Imagine Dragon approach, where it's like everything is a big like anthem. And there's something like hollow and empty about it. Like it just sounds big. But it's not backed up by anything. And
that Muse song kind of pisses me off. It's like faux punk. It's like the aestheticization of a grand movement. It's like you're making the sound of a movement, but it means nothing. Who are they? You know, it's
got to be broad enough so your version of they can be mapped onto it.
Yeah, so it could be an anthem for like a hardcore left-wing uprising, or it could be the anthem for a hardcore right-wing uprising. It could be an anthem for a hardcore centrist uprising. Like it's so unspecific that they're kind of saying nothing. With that Muse song, I can respect it a bit more, because I guess you could argue they're like capturing just that.
Yeah, I actually like that song. I think it's a well-made song.
Yeah, like it's I guess more lyrically, I don't really respect it. It's like,
I think it's like
it's vibe.
When I was like a teenager, I twigged on that like, oh, if you'd like just include something to like the word revolution and running and movement and stuff is like kind of a bit of a hack to just make it sound like big and important.
And it's like cheating. It's the kind of shit you hear on Radio 1, and it's like they're just saying a whole lot of nothing. I feel like there's a responsibility, and even if they're saying something that I don't agree with, like, say it. Like, you're in a position, you're positioned where everyone is gonna hear you. So fucking say something. Say something of value. Don't just say like...
That's risky and hard.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's... people who do say things are less likely to get into that position because it's less marketable, I guess. So the conclusion, I guess, is that if the motivation is marketability, then your art is diminished.
Somewhat, yeah. I'm okay with, like, I call it Mars bar music. I'm okay with it existing sometimes. Like, do you know that song Edamame?
No.
By
Baby, baby, money, money, baby boy.
Oh, Baby No Money.
Yeah.
Right.
You have heard it.
Yeah, probably.
Where he's like, I'm wearing a chain and it costs a lot. And booty.
I fucking hate that
like,
shit.
Yeah, I would never say it's like great music, but I'm fine with it existing, just like a Mars bar existing. It's like eating a Mars bar. It's like empty calories. sometimes there's time for that.
I dislike it. I don't respect it. I don't like.
Sometimes there's time for that. Sometimes there is.
I don't like anything that like values that sort of shit. I don't like materialism. It's like so in all pop music. It feels just like I've got all the money. I've got all the,
it depends to me how much they lean into the sense of humor, because like
yeah, but it's
when it's braggadocious, when it's part of like a character, or like I don't know, I'd say like some early Kanye stuff feels that way, or some of Charlie XCX feels that way too, where it's like so over the top and comedic and like leaning into it, and it's so kind of absurd. There's something I like about that because it knows what it is.
But like Kanye back in the day explicitly spoke out against, like he would talk about how vapid he felt and how he kind of hated.
Yeah, because there was more to. He would still brag about being a billionaire, but there would also be like more personal.
Yeah.
Like it could only be him, coming from him type lyricism.
Yeah, and like it would, through the album maybe it would like be more fleshed out. But when I don't know if like Baby No Money like can definitely make a catchy song and stuff,
yeah,
but I don't see Baby No Money saying anything of any value ever. Like that's
in the lyricism. Yeah,
and then it's like it just feels like a waste to me, you know. And he's come out and explicitly said a bunch of the lyrics are literally like meaningless. They don't make sense.
They're algorithm tuned. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I don't respect that.
I don't either. But like you like what's he called? Fuck. He released an album recently. You know, he dressed up as like the devil and like pissed off puritanical Christians. Lil Nas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he did the exact same thing. But like you're not gonna say it's not like a fun banger. Some of these songs,
I guess.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's saying way more. I think that like being a flamboyantly gay rapper is a pretty great statement.
Yeah,
I think that's like a good movement. I think,
but it's still like a Mars bar song.
But like the way it's positioned within like what he means in the media landscape is more important than a Baby No Money. Like some.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
And
I like him more
I value
than Baby.
Like, but like there are definitely some. I guess, not all music needs to be like a hugely.
That's more what I'm getting at. Is that, like,
yeah,
I feel like there's a space for that, and there's a space for like the Clash or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when the thing, the majority of pop stars are singing about is like having a bunch of money and
yes, vapid and encouraging something bad.
Well, yeah, it's like making a nasty cycle where it's like that. It's reinforcing values that we shouldn't. We should be moving away from that stuff. It's like the opposite of progressive. I see it as kind of like it's right wing. It's like I don't want to say propaganda because it's not propaganda. But it's reinforcing what I feel to be poor ideals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's curious to me because things, like I just mentioned, the Clash, I don't think people are even thinking about the lyricism and are playing it like Mars bar music almost at a point. It's like been so diluted.
Yeah.
Like when they're playing like the Casbah, they're not thinking about the lyrics at all. They just
or like London Calling or any of it. Yeah, you're totally right. And I suppose in a sense, to commercialize like... It's almost more contradictory to be positioned in like a position of like wealth and power, and you do have all the cars and the chains and stuff, and to act like you don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's It's like a catch-22 because
I just want some self-awareness. I want some cleverness.
Yeah.
There is still a distinction though between that and that stuff you hear when you're in McDonald's or whatever, and it's like,
oh, for sure.
This seems like it was like it's what you would have called AI music before AI music was like possible.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I think like Benson Boone or whatever the fuck his name is.
Who is this?
He's the backflip. They're like, please. Yeah,
oh, that song.
He's wonderful. And whenever he performs, he like does a backflip off a grand piano.
God, I've heard that song so many times against my will.
And he's released like more shit music recently, and it's like that is McDonald's music, and it's trash, fucking totally vapid, worthless.
McDonald's music. Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like, but you're still gonna go and eat your McDonald's fries. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a snob sometimes. Which is probably kind of true, but I also think that maybe people should be more snobby. We should value values and statements, you know. It's like
people just enjoy these things in such a myriad different ways. Like if edamame comes on in a club or whatever, people are gonna like have loads of fun.
Is edamame
no, it's
because he did that one, right? I think the other one's better. I think.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying though, right? Like,
yeah.
And like our mum, for example, she says when she listens to songs, she doesn't even listen to the lyrics, which to me is like insane.
Well, yeah, and like we haven't even talked about like instrumental stuff, like which is just as valuable. It's just like the capacity for music to be moving, for a film to be moving, or like like I've had experiences with music, movies, video games that like change my entire perception on like the world and how I feel about things and like my morals. Like
Deadpool 2.
Yeah, I just the trailer for Deadpool v Wolverine, like but it's why I get so passionate and fucking cringy about Deadpool pissing me off. like you have so much that you could do to like change the hearts of minds in people, but we just want we want to see Wolverine fight Deadpool.
Yeah,
and I guess like there should be space for that, but you can also do more with it, you know.
Yeah. Mr. Bastard's new record is collabing with Benson Boone.
Yeah, Mr. Bastard and Benson Boone. Hard. Please. Shut up.
There's one more I want to end on, which is kind of continuation of this. Bebe Chial. Loved hearing your chat about learning music on the last episode. I'm a private guitar teacher, and hearing Jimbus talking about how sleep makes a huge difference with learning is something I preach to all my students. Working with younger students usually, my biggest concern is always that they have fun and enjoy playing their instrument first and foremost. I always try to get my students to choose songs that they like to listen to learn, like edamame, because it makes so much more enjoyable to figure out. Honestly, doing this line of work, I've learned that consistent mindful practice is the key to learning just about anything. Keep it up, Beast. I'm rooting for you and your piano journey. Also, hearing that AI song, I figured I'd recommend a song I wrote almost 2 years ago with some buddies who've never heard of Jar. I managed to sneak a couple of references in, and now we all say pep, pop, poi, bear, bear, and something all the time, or something. Been listening since 2016, fellas. Huge thanks for being a consistent source of enjoyment and comfort over the years. Absolutely froth your work. No, I never heard that one before.
Let's go. Awesome.
You put a link to it, so I'll play the bit. Spotify. It's called Edamame by Bing Bing No Money. So somewhere, this is Maritime Savoy by the Houseboat Tapes.
Let's go.
Where's the bit? Where is it?
And his name is Roy. He's my best friend, and you better believe it. I know it's hard for you to conceive it. Pip up boy, Easter boy, maritime Savoy. Pip up boy, Easter boy, maritime Savoy. Pip up boy, maritime Savoy. Pip up boy.
You see what I mean? Like, music can say so much.
Pip up boy, Easter boy, maritime Savoy. Pip up boy, Easter boy, maritime Savoy.
That's awesome.
I dig it.
That's some great fucking music.
That's some good shit right there. So don't copyright claim us, please. But
yeah, shit.
Yeah, another musical kind of thing.
You could sort of say we're like the busiest music nerds, kind of.
Maybe the second busiest.
I might quit music. It's fucking boring.
Boring. Helldivers is more fun.
Yeah, Helldivers and Eldermarie.
How does the Helldivers theme go?
Bum, 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 bum.
No, it doesn't go like that. What the fuck was that?
That was the Amazing Spider-Man 2 theme.
How does it actually go?
Bum, 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 bum.
Gotta get some dubstep in there.
How does it go?
Because I've got the Apex theme stuck in my head now.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-da-da-da-dun,
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
da-da-dun, dun, da-da-dun.
Wait,
Kind of fire. That theme is kind of fire.
how does it actually go? Ode to Liberty? A cup of... Oh, I remember it now. Yeah, let's see if I can do it on this. Something like that.
Did you see the I saw it was like in America they have like the band.
Yeah.
The big band.
Uh-huh.
It was like some assembly. And they snuck in the Helldivers theme with the big band,
That's
like
cool.
the horns and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really fucking sick. Yeah.
Did you see that animation going around of someone putting Master Chief in Helldivers?
No.
It's like this crazy elaborate animation.
Dude,
And it just got me like one note on the piano.
Yeah.
And it's like the most hype thing ever.
Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Boom.
I genuinely think that's 80% of what makes Halo what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if it had some like Amazing Spider-Man 2 type beat?
Pharrell.
Yeah.
Spooky, scary. I'm sorry.
Flutter coming.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna kind of shit myself.
I'm kind of going to give myself a shit.
Poo and away, dash fart. Fart with a burp, with a hint of poo. Fart with a burp, with a hint of poo.